what you have been to me. You will always be. You will always be the girl in my life for all time. Mama, mama, you know I love you. I love you, mama. Mama, you're the queen of my heart. Your love is like tears from the stars. He said, Mama, I just want you to know, loving you is like food to my soul. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Oh, yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
All right. Well, this video is about basically me and my mama. Over the last few years, I would say more in recent times, our relationship definitely has gotten better. You know, like I said, my grandma is the one that primarily raised me. She raised me in the church. My mom was always around. She wasn't on drugs. She was just doing her own thing. You know, I was the only child, and she had me at a pretty young age. She had me when she was just turning 18. Her birthday is February, and I'm born May. And I guess that would have been her last year in high school, 1989. You know, that song, it just kind of triggered something. I really didn't think about it until it came time to make this video, but I have to realize that I'm still blessed to have a mom. There's so many people who have lost their moms, even at a young age, regardless if your mama was old or young. People lose people all the time. It doesn't matter what age, you know. I'm still blessed, even though I felt like I had it rough growing up. She's still my mom and I love her, which hasn't always been easy to say. I'm 23 now. I'm out in Cali by myself. I don't have no family. You know, I try to stay focused. You know, I've had a few distractions since I got here, but I'm getting it together. But I remember somebody told me, a few people have told me this. They said when you move out your mom's house, it's like y'all be best friends. And I think as a man, she has grown to respect me much more, because the things that she used to say, she don't even say anything close to it now. You understand what I'm saying? My mom, she gave me tough love, I would say. It's almost like the Ike and Tina type of love. Like, it's almost not love. Like, I'm sure Ike loved Tina, but the way he was showing it, he just did it the wrong way. And that's kind of how I felt about my mama. And somebody brought it to my attention a few weeks ago. I kind of fell out with this dude. You know, we was cool, and he said something like, well, how old is your mama? I'm like, what does that have to do with anything? He's like, just asked, you know, because he knew I was the only child for so long. And he basically said, long story short, that he felt like he was like the trial era, and all his siblings after him had it easy, which makes sense because, you know, when you're young and you have a child, it's like a baby raising a baby. And they make mistakes first round, but usually tend to get things right the second and third time around. And growing up in school, growing up in my neighborhood, I was picked on often. People used to call me faggot, sissy, punk, you gay, dick sucking lips because I had big lips, where you have big teeth, and you know, only thing I probably wasn't called was probably ugly. And when people got mad, they called me that too. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no father figure. It was always me, just me by myself. I didn't really have friends that I grew up with, because when I was with my mom, I was constantly moving around. I could name like 5 places off the top of my head I stayed. I stayed in Kendall. I stayed in West Palm Beach. We went back to Kendall, left Kendall. We stayed downtown. We stayed in Little River. We stayed here. We stayed there. I went to Madison Middle. I went to Howard Dillon. I went to Frederick Douglass. I went to Toussaint Louverture. I went to Carol City Elementary when it was called Carol City Elementary. I went to Bentry Elementary. I went to WJ Bryan. Uh, my life was just so unstable. There was just a lot going on. And my mom, she never really called me a faggot or sissy, but she make references like, "Do you want to be a faggot? Do you want to be a sissy? You want to be like a girl? You want to be a girl?" Which to me is not too much of a difference from calling me that because that's what I was already experiencing, you know. And I used as I got older, I used to, I guess, try to find somebody to blame, or maybe things would have been different if I had a daddy or this and that. But who's to say? Who's to call it? People turn out all different ways regardless of the circumstance. But I fallen out with my mom a couple times because I felt like, you're my mom. Why don't I feel that love like other people would die for their mom? I don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of weird. At the time, I used to hate her. Like, I used to get a lump in my throat. I used to be so scared of her. And I remember some things that she used to do, and you just have no idea. Like, I remember one time she asked me to play a song for her because I played the piano. Maybe when I was back in ninth grade or something like that. Until then, I'm pretty sure I was still getting beatings. Um, and I couldn't play it. Like, it just wouldn't come out. She made me so nervous. And at this particular time, she's like, "What's wrong?" I said, "I don't know. You just freaked me out." And I used those exact words. I said, "You just freaked me out." And she put me out the house in my underwear and made me sit outside in the cold ass weather. And I remember back in fifth grade, I still have the scar because she beat me with an extension cord. You know, the red and black cord that goes behind the stereo that you connect to the left and the right speakers. I still have that scar to this day. It's like the pain goes away, but the scar remains. Let me show you. I don't know. Not trying to be vulgar, but wherever it is, it's like in my inner thigh, and it's on my thigh, whatever. But I still have it. When I look at it, sometimes, like, and you know, the only thing that stopped that beating because the cord. I'm gonna tell you how bad it was. She slung the cord so hard, it actually wrapped around my leg, and it tagged her. And she actually started bleeding, which I was bleeding too. You know, this is intimate, deep stuff. I'm not saying this to put her out there or, you know, make it seem like she's the worst person in the world. But I feel like this. If shit happens to me, why should I hold it in? You know what I'm saying? And people live their life, they go on like it's all good. I suffered. Everybody doesn't make it through things like that. I could have been one of those kids that committed suicide, or I could have been the child to blow up the school, or to go missing and never be found, or run away from home. So many thoughts I had, the devil tried to play on my mind. Just kill yourself. Like the time I had knives in my hands, like the devil just puts me in my ear, like, just cut yourself, just do that. Sometimes I just wake up, wish I would go to sleep and just not wake up. We have to understand the things that we say to people and things that we do to people will affect people's lives. You know what I'm saying? We have so much power, and unfortunately, we don't always use what we have for the good. You understand what I'm saying? And like, even when I got to turn maybe 18, 19, and my parents didn't want me to come out here to Cali because they told me that you should pick up a trade before you go out there. I went to medical assistant school, which was called the National School of Technology at the time. I went there, and then when I graduated, they were nowhere to be found. However, they were at my high school graduation. You know, there's so many hit and misses, and so much inconsistency. And I found that even in my adult life, I struggled to be stable because whenever I was with my mom, I was hearing this, like we was running away, we got evicted from this place, we got evicted from this place, our lights got turned off here. You know, when it was good, it was good. But when it was bad, it was like the worst. And, you know, there's so many stories, so many things I can tell you. And I'm going to share this one last story. Due to my lifestyle that I was living, you know, being gay, she didn't really, I mean, they say moms know. I don't think I ever had to tell her. But my baby brother was born in 2006, my last year of high school. He was born right around, he was born like September, August, right around the time he would start schooling in the regular school year, whatever. And she said, what? Because I was watching him. while she was away doing whatever she was doing. And I was like 17. It's like, what you gonna do? You gonna do something to him? Like I was gonna rape him or touch him or do something crazy to him. When she said that, I don't know how I ever got over that. I just couldn't believe my mama would think I would do something to my brother. Just because you're gay does not mean you're gonna molest anybody. And it doesn't mean you want every fucking man that you see. That really disturbed me. So many things she has done I thought I would never be able to forgive and I would never get over. And sometimes I'm still struggling. Sometimes when I talk to her, I feel like I shouldn't talk to her ass at all. One time we got in a fight and it was a glass so thick. She threw it across and actually put a hole in a thick ass wall. And that one time I would never fight my mama. But sometimes you forget. I said, bitch. I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind I'm thinking, this woman almost, I completely forgot she was my mama. Obviously she completely forgot that I was her son. But whatever situation may be, that's one time I want to lay hands on my mama. But the whole moral of the story is this. People are going to do you wrong. They might not ever say they're sorry under any circumstances. But it's your responsibility to seek forgiveness. It's your responsibility. That's if you want to live. If you want to be held in captivity and don't be free, then you will live that every day of your life. You will suffer. Why, unfortunately, they go on and live their life and they probably forgot whatever they did to you. But I'm learning to forgive. I don't know if I've completely forgiven her. I'm struggling. I'm not perfect. I'm still human. And I love the Lord. And if I want the Lord to forgive me, I know I have to forgive others. But there's no easy answer sometimes. So for everybody that, you know, had problems with your mom, or if your mom is gone and you didn't make peace, you have to make peace with the Lord first. Then you have to make peace with yourself. And ask the Lord to give you wisdom and understanding of how to go about on really forgiving. Because it's not easy. It's not easy. Yeah, and I would cut the video off accidentally. But I guess that's what it is. Be all the way driven. See you guys later.